of the Clutier City Council to order, September 5th, 2023, 7 p.m. We'll start with roll call.
Keith Erickson. Gary Pearson.
Here.
Sue Kupka.
Yep.
Deanna and Philip are absent tonight.
And then we've got Wayne Benson, Linda Pearson, Jane Shetta, Harvey Ross, and now I'd like you to all join me in pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And with that, I got the agenda here. Is there any additions? Otherwise, I need a motion.
And a couple of additions. Hub bill for the tree removals.
Trees and,
I did get information about the garage doors for the city shed. I've not had a call back from the generator people yet.
okay, we can just discuss that. I don't see anything
Next
here.
month.
Corey's bids on here.
Yep.
So we can, me. No, yeah,
Yeah,
water tower shed, yes.
yes.
That's the main thing.
Yep.
Elections for,
City council and mayor this year, which I gave everybody a
yeah,
copy
okay, we don't need that on.
about that.
Just making. We'll put the Then I need a motion with the addition of the trees.
I'll make a motion
Keith
to agenda.
and Gary. Motion by Keith, second by Gary to approve the agenda as listed plus the trees. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. With that, we'll have minutes of August 7th.
Clutier City Council regular meeting, August 7th, 2023 at 7 p.m. Meeting was called to order by Gordon Bassett at 7 p.m. Council members present were Gary Pearson, Keith Erickson, Sue Kupka, and Deanne Weber. Employees present is Tiffany Lentz. Others present, Linda Pearson, Jane Shetta, Tom Kruger, Michelle Kruger, Jerry Capriva, Artie Cross, Patty Kupka, Wayne Benson, and Tracy Sherman. Pledge of allegiance said by all present. Additions to agenda, safety signs, Johnny Setnick's Model T, sinkholes at 216 and 218 2nd Street, an election, and Vicky Beaver's fence repair. Motion was made by Deanne to approve the agenda with the additions, seconded by Sue, all voted aye, and motion was carried. Minutes were read from July 7th regular meeting. Motion by Deanne, seconded by Gary to accept the minutes as read, all voted aye, and motion carried. Library, Patty reported that the library is open 16 days in July with 65 people visiting the library. Food pantry has slowed down this summer. A decision was made to give the items that are in the food pantry to someone in need and start over and replenish the food pantry. Otter Creek Naturalist was at the library to teach about turtles, which was very well received by the public. Patty stated that she is going to schedule another visit from the Otter Creek Naturalist in October. Movies, DVDs, books, and CDs are not being rented as much anymore, as well as printers and computers. First responders, there were no calls reported. Fire department, no calls were reported. The water department, Iowa 1 call. The city needs to be notified when water lines are being replaced with plastic lines. The city also needs to update the city code on this so that there is metal within the plastic lines so they can be detected when trying to mark them out for Iowa 1 calls. The new code also needs to state that when they are being replaced, a permit needs to be issued for this so that there is a record of new lines to ensure that this is being done up to code. City needs to paint where the water shutoffs are along Main Street so that when the streets are being plowed in the winter, it is noticed and not plowed over, damaging the shutoffs. Water tower shed needs repairs done. Council agreed to have Court also come and give a bid on doing these repairs. Nothing to report for sewer. Maintenance, city maintenance position is still open. Placed another ad in the paper for display, and display case at the post office for open position. Vicky Beaver's fence still needs to be repaired. We'll continue to look for contractors to give a bid. Streets, sinkholes at 216 and 218 2nd ones that are closest to the street will be filled with gravel by the city. Nothing to report for garbage, nothing for park, nothing for pets. Clerk, get pricing for a colored printer for the city. Other items present to council, the ICAP grant will be used to get more cones and barricades. Johnny Setnick's Model T would like to donate the Model T to the city for parades and other city activities and surrounding area parades. The city would like to talk to them about the requirements of obtaining the Model T and what the expectations are from the family. The city will need to look into storage options, licensing, and insurance for the cost of a Model T. The city will call Tama County about getting the radar and have it placed at the welcome to clutier sign. Motion was made by Gary, seconded by Sue to obtain the radar from Tama County. All voted aye, motion was carried. Wayne spoke about gun laws and his right to carry his gun to the council meeting. He also read parts of the House File 2502 to the council about his rights to carry. He also is demanding accountability from the council and or city from July's council meeting. He wants whoever runs for council to take their job seriously and not take it as a joke. He has asked that he is not singled out by the city and would like this to stop. He's also asked for Sue Kupka's resignation and stated that he would gladly take her place. The council reiterated that he would be able to keep his woodpile on the city sidewalk for an arranged amount of time as long as there is a 3-foot path for people to continue to use the sidewalk. The city also allowed him to angle park his trailer to load and unload it if it was not for hours and hours on end. The council agreed that there needed to be an ordinance on no firearms on the city hall premises. Michelle Kruger thanked the city for their support during the clutier fun days and that it was a huge success. The storm drains that are on the corners of Main and 4th Streets need to be painted so that they stand out more during the nighttime hours. The dirt piles that are in the ditches at the east entrance of town are for repairing the fence and pillars as well as tiling that area so that there's better drainage so that the fencing and pillars can be repaired correctly per Gary Reba. Approved bills. Keith made a motion to approve and consent non-consent bills, seconded by Sue. All voted aye, motion was carried. Adjourn meeting. A motion was made by Gary and seconded by Keith to adjourn the meeting. All voted aye, motion was carried. Meeting adjourned at 8:25 p.m. Next regular meeting, Tuesday, September 5th at 2023 at 7 p.m.
I'll approve the minutes. Make a motion to.
Motion by Sue, second by Gary, to approve the minutes of August 7th, 2023. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. We're gonna go right to the 28E agreement. Mid-Iowa watershed agreement. Just formality. Just city folks, which is us, joining an agreement to give authority to a board first, oversee the watershed, which we are a member of, or in it. So it's just a formality. Okay. So I just need a motion and we'll be done with it.
Make a motion, we agree to the watershed.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Keith? Motion by Gary, second by Keith to join the Mid-Iowa watershed agreement. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we got that taken care of. Patty,
Yes.
library.
Okay, well, I don't have too much this time. I ran out of time last month, did not get a newsletter done. There will be one this next month. I'm still looking for some more program. I wanna try to do something. About once a month, the kids have a day off school. And I'd like to do something on most of those off days. And so I've been looking for, to try and book some of that stuff. I really don't have much else.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you do any good on that, sheet she had in the cover outside? I forgot Kathy made me a sheet on that second one that.
Well, there's, more stuff in the cabinet now. There's quite a few cans of, canned vegetables and stuff in there right now. So, somebody must have seen something, you know? So, anyway,
Did you do any good on that for the needy people that?
I did mention it to the woman who said she had sheets to give away, and I don't know. I haven't heard anything back.
Okay, first responders, I think they had a call tonight, along with the fire department. Fire department had a grass fire. Moved right onto water. On the water shed, the shed at the water tower.
Yeah, it's fixed. They keep fixing.
Yeah,
Yeah, Martin there showed him what to do, and that's what the bill is. That's the bill.
Oh, that's a bill, I thought that was a
That's the bill.
estimate.
well,
Without the bid.
maintenance shed done.
Did you agree with that? We need a motion on that? I guess it's just bill pay, huh?
Well, move right along, sewer.
I got some on water I wanna bring in.
Okay,
The church is having their picnic down here next Sunday.
Yeah.
And they wanna bring in a deal that the kids can slide down the slide, they want water, slide. One we use city water, I run a hose.
Need a motion on that?
You know, okay with the city.
it's,
I'll make a motion that we allow them to use garden hose for water.
the hydrant, connect the to the hydrant, motion to,
I'll second that.
church to hydrant.
This weekend? This weekend?
This Sunday.
That would be. No,
You need that?
10th.
What?
Talk to them about
Speak
that,
up, I don't know what you're doing.
the ICAP grant.
The grant. Okay, bring it up.
Well, just a minute, we got a motion here. By Gary and Keith. Motion by Gary, seconded by Keith to allow the truce to hook up to the hydrant at the park September 10th. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Now, what do you say, Linda?
Well, this is in regards to the ICAP grant, and you guys don't need any more cones and barricades.
Well, we need cones, cause I go out here and I was gonna get some for their dance or whatever, and I only found 4, so where are they all at?
There's cones right up front.
There is. Oh, okay.
Well, I just,
I think there's about 8 or 10.
Okay, we gotta think of something else to get then, that's up to you guys.
We got some other keys.
Tom had brought up about having like stop signs at some of the intersections, children at play signs, 20 mile an hour, speed limit signs.
Yeah, I hate to just let this $1,000 slip through our fingers, not,
I looked those up and
you know.
it's got cost pricing and whatever in there, so whatever we decide to do.
Yeah, cause I've noticed there's a stop sign right down here, so faded out so bad. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
We'll
One
get
over
some,
the other side too, ain't it?
we'll get some stop signs, and we're gonna spend that money if they're offered to us.
Yeah. How many of each do we want? Is that something that we need to figure out?
Well, your grant's only $1,000,
Yeah.
so.
And there, so we don't need any more of the A-frame barricades. Those are good.
I don't think so.
Okay. So the stop signs, they they run, the cheaper ones are $42 each. If you get 3 or more, they're $39 each.
Get three, you say?
Yeah.
Four. Could be,
We have to measure. That way.
Couple different sizes,
Yeah,
3 different sizes.
yeah.
And then like the kids that play, do we have need for those?
Well, we need one to come by the park, I would say,
Probably one on each side of the park, don't we?
yeah.
Okay.
Good.
And then what about the speed limit signs?
We short any?
Hmm?
We short any speed limit signs around?
I don't know.
We just have it up there down
And
there.
they put one in closer down from this way, they go wide this way, I'm like, oh, it's not that.
Coming in a ways then to get two speed limit signs.
But we're down here by the school, don't they have a school sign, or school bus sign top, and we take that one down and just put it down. Top of the wood. Check it out, get a couple.
Yeah, a couple 25s.
Well, we're talking about signs. I see the school bus stopped up in the middle of the intersection up there the other day. Don't they go down here and unload the kids at the
I guess not.
At the post office?
mailboxes anymore?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
that's where I
He
see that.
stopped up by the bank, and he stopped the tail end of the bus out in the intersection, and the kids all got out on the corner there by the library.
Oh, I think some of them were running down the other day.
Yeah.
They were getting late for the bus. I think that's probably why.
That was coming home.
Children
This
play
is coming home.
Was that the
Oh,
day-
that's coming home?
was that-
Yeah, this was coming home. I mean, there were little kids running all over.
So she's gonna get 3 stop signs, 2 children to play, and 3 stop signs, 2 children to play, and 2, 25 mile. She's run speed limits and stuff. I had somebody knock on my door, getting upset, getting mad at me because they thought that thing was taking pictures and writing tickets. They said, I want you to get in my car right now, and I wanna go for a ride and show you I'm not speeding. Cause the cherries light up on there if you go over.
Well, they start.
I kid you not, I'm not gonna say who it is, but
Yeah.
Yeah, they start way out
They
there.
start way
Way
out.
that's what he
east.
said, they got me clear out in the
When
corner.
you're coming into town, those lights are flashing
Oh.
on that thing.
There was no charge, no.
Well, what about like a residential sign? Does that wake them up or not?
What, put them in red?
Down further in, like
Yeah.
out there, it's residential, but the kids are on. I got so many kids riding down this main drag, I'll tell you.
Oh, there's a lot of little kids. I don't know, somebody gave me the number the other day, how many little kids we got, Tom, we got a bunch of them.
I counted one day, over 25 got off that bus.
They should never be running down the main Fourth Street, but they do.
Why they?
Ain't gonna stop that, kids playing the street. I don't know
Yeah,
how
they do
we
on
did.
Third Street terribly.
Yes,
There's
they got-
about 8 or 9 of them, just up in my end of town.
that's why I got on Facebook, somebody wrote about me on Facebook, somebody in the government, they were blaming me because I yelled at them, and I said, please, and when I started, and I said, thank you when I was done, telling them to get out of the street there.
Yeah.
Beating the ball next to my car, so I got,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, it bothers me how they ride their bikes.
I know, it's good, you can't tell them, you
I
can't.
know. You
And
know,
so many of them go right out in the street and not look.
Don't look.
they go down the street right in the middle every which way and,
Yeah.
if you're riding a bike on the street, you have to follow the rules of
To me,
car.
this reflects back to the parents, and yet there's no amount of signs or anything you can buy or put radar up.
And if you say anything to the kids, they run to the parents and the parents
Yes.
shoot you out.
Yes, you're, oh man, you don't like kids, huh?
I took kids out earlier this summer because they were throwing rocks, just like right before, or right when school ended. They were throwing rocks over here at that garage door. And I heard this loud bang, and I was like, what in the world is that? I looked up from my desk, because they came really early. And there's kids over there, they had picked up this big rock before I could hightail it around the desk, and bam, and I'm like, hey! They all turned to look at me and got after him for it. It's not your property damaging.
Okay, Anything else?
Put some of the water bills, keep your kids off the main streets.
Who do you think that's gonna get, Gary? It's gonna take somebody getting hurt, like Mark up here, that Gary hit that little girl that ran out between two cars. There's nothing you can do.
Just tonight, sitting there before I came down, there's a kid coming down the street with a bicycle, he was flying so fast, and just went like this, trying to hang on, I thought he was gonna crash it, but he finally got her slowed down.
Jamie Riffy got hit on the corner up here at the bank that night, flying down that street.
Okay, I'll move on to sewer here. Me and Tom looked at that out there, we're gonna fill with gravel. That's the end of culvert. There's culvert work going in there, and we didn't really think we had the expertise there. Me and him knowing there's culvert going in the driveway. That's one of the things we just get go there, dig and make it right.
That's what we do, put grates over, we had to,
Okay, great.
Well, we were supposed to put a grate over here in the corner because it was, in about 2 days, somebody was gonna die over there in the corner and it still ain't out there.
Where's that?
We're at corner up here.
Right on our Dean's corner over here.
That's a big hole there.
Tom was, the way Brown talked, why we was gonna have somebody dead in a half a day.
Yeah.
Well, it still isn't on there, so.
Okay, moving on. Maintenance is still putting an ad in. Y'all got a copy of the ad here?
What do you want to do if there's no applicants by the 29th?
What's the ad cost? I think just gotta leave it in there.
think
I don't,
let's say between $60 and $80, I think, for the,
how much?
between $60 and $80, I think.
At a time?
I think it is, I can check for sure, but I'm trying to think of what it was.
If we go 2 weeks and let it sit 2 weeks. Either that or you're gonna have to. 25 hours a week, $15 an hour. You guys, but you might have to up that some. I think keep putting the ad in, if you guys don't wanna pay it, okay, so. You'd rather, otherwise you're gonna keep putting it in.
Keep trying.
We'll visit again next month and they will have to up it to 20 or 1850 or something. Street. Garbage, park. Have you been down the park lately? You see anything that kind of scared you? That dog next door? That dog will not stop, you must have just got it, that German Shepherd, I tell you. If you ever got out of that fence, have a help whoever's there.
I was told that the dog is nervous about cars, it isn't so nervous about people.
I tell you, he wanted to tear my head off.
Whatever
You
your
could-
water meter's on, guys,
Okay,
Yes.
be
well,
nervous.
This is not
if
driving.
these, we got the ordinance for a dog like that.
You guys gotta deem it dangerous.
Yeah.
All it takes is a motion, I just,
Like it's-
Take- and hey, we can do this over the phone if we have to, just drive by or walk there by the park when that dog's out.
I haven't walked by.
I drove by there and it's out
You
there.
take care of there's a little kid at that park.
I'm just glad it's in the fence now, she used to just have it on a chain, and I would, yeah, I have a German Shepherd myself, I know.
Is she registered the dog or
I
registered,
don't think so.
and proof of insurance? Send her a letter right away, matter of fact,
That'd be
it
big.
should be hand delivered quickly.
If she hasn't got insurance,
Tastefully, we'll talk about it at the end.
Okay.
We don't need to make it all public here. But yeah, we gotta nip this in the bud.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else with pets? Clerk and a color printer?
I didn't get to last month, but Philip had asked me to, do pricing. So I did some comparable pricing and the cheapest one, I didn't print off all these, but like this one is an all-in-one, it's $549.
necessarily wanna go with the cheapest, we want something good efficient ink.
Well,
I don't
he
want-
wanted me to look up those ones that are the refillable inks, and I was looking up reviews, and those are no bueno, no good at all.
No, really,
And they are a lot cheaper from Staples versus Story, where they like buy $300, a little over $300.
I would go with Staples.
Yeah, Staples are $5.49 versus Kenworthy's one was $632.84 at Staples, and the other one at same exact model at Story Kenworthy was $9.52. So,
The library gets their, when we have to replace a printer, we get ours from Staples. We do get the ink from Story Kenworthy.
it's cause it's, yeah. But, I mean, these are both, like I just went through and printed off, what's the difference? The only thing that's different on this one is the capacity of the sheets. Everything else is pretty much the exact same thing. A little bit more output of pages, but I'm not looking to print a crap ton of colored stuff. More than anything, it's like the notices on the water bills, just like to have that in red, or, I mean, it's not looking for something that's like super outrageously cost, but this is like, it eliminates the fax machine, the copiers, and the printer. These are absolute all-in-one things.
Yeah.
And I just,
exactly what we got, similar to what we got now.
yeah, that's very similar to what we have, but that's fax machine, copier, scanner, printer, you name it, it's got it.
Which one do you want, this one?
I'm personally fine with the cheapest one. I think that's fair.
$549.99, same, they all the same?
I think that's that one, and the other one is $6.49, which is this one. So like I said, the only thing that's different is the amount of pages that it outputs and pages that it holds in the tray. And honestly, to me, that's not, the screen's a little bit smaller, I really don't care. But whatever's
So
gonna
this
be.
one here holds more paper, 70 pages. It's 100 more, this is just,
Like the same ink, the inks aren't terribly outrageous either. On those pages. And it won't go through the ink, cause I'm not putting it in it, it's more the black and white toner versus, or the black toner versus, I guess.
$649.99.
If you're gonna get a new printer, when we gonna get that new recorder for, about 8 months ago, we were gonna get
I
one.
know, that's something that Philip was gonna get.
Yeah.
Printer MFCL 8900 $649.99. You got a motion?
I'll make a motion to get that.
I'll second it.
Motion by Keith, second by Sue to purchase MFC-L 8900 printer for $649.99. City use. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any be opposed? Thank you. Okay, we're moving right along here. We did the grant. Tree.
Linda had talked to Hupfeld today, and for the 6 trees to be removed, it's gonna be $3,500, give or take, if he's able to dump the trees at the.
Right, Mark said that if they cannot haul the big pieces down to the burn pile, it's gonna cost them more for them to haul them away.
Bigger equipment is what you're saying?
Well,
I know.
he wants to be able to haul the stuff down there regardless of how big the pieces are, but
The big stumps you don't want to take down, the big part of the tree. What you don't want them down there,
Why?
can get them burned up.
That's too, that's, oh, that's.
If they cut them up smaller pieces, but I don't think one saw like that.
Mark
I have
said,
a question about that.
Mark said that if Jason would take them, Jason Hegarty, he works for Mark, but it's gonna cost us more, but he doesn't know for sure if Jason wants him. I told Mark I would call him back tonight. And the reason I've been talking with him is because the church is cutting down a tree. So that's why I was communicating with him.
Could be something that Wayne could have any use for if you wanted to.
There's a spot down there at Dempsey's that I'm cutting. I could show him where to dump it, but Dempsey wouldn't have a problem with it.
You wouldn't?
No, we can dump it down there and then we'll just split it.
Okay.
It'd be something that you could use for winter time for heating.
Something you can use.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say give it to Wayne.
I mean, you can do a combination of both. I mean, it don't matter, but he's got that, I don't know, you've been to Dempsey's, right?
Yeah, I know where I bet you know where you're talking, back on the west side of it.
In the back area where he does, where it's kind of grown up a little bit, but it's kind of mowed around that, just in that area, you just dump them. And then there's a pile that I have behind that trailer that I pile like more towards the grain bin. That's one of my areas too for me. And then, but we got a deal worked out for that.
So, he'd say he charged how much a tree?
$3,500 for the 6 tree removal.
6. Okay, let's do that. I'd like to see us do that.
That's for 3 trees,
6.
6 trees. Oh, what all ones are you gonna cut right away?
I imagine the ones up there, it's up there in the corner.
He
They're
didn't,
all dangerous.
yeah, he didn't tell me, but they're marked.
The ones there, about to fall there, our Dean's property,
Are they going to do them?
yeah, we've got a little,
Yeah, I thought we were gonna do those first 3 right there.
Yeah.
But
So there's 3 on our
we had not first,
that's our Dean's property, yeah.
right there.
That is what, 3rd Street,
3rd Street, 325.
325 3rd Street, there's 3 of them there.
That's one we.
And I think really up there, your sister's old place.
Dad's place, yeah.
That your dad's place?
One for sure.
There's one up there that's very dangerous. That's a big one, a big one.
And I
That
think,
one going east and west street, or somebody cut one down up there.
Uh,
Bucket check place has got a real